Hey everybody, this is CrisPlaysSims. Welcome to my first speed decorating. This is my build. It's the modern glass beach house. It's located in Oluna Island, built by James from the Sim Supply. I originally furnished it very plainly, and I've included it on the share lots that James has on his website. And it's also available on the exchange if anyone wants to download it. Pre-decorating. You can design it as you want. This is a two-story house meant for a couple, so a single sim or a couple because there's only one bedroom and basically an open concept. So over here I'm starting the decoration. I'm just transferring the tile from the kitchen into the bathroom. I didn't like the rock that I had in there originally. So how this is laying out is I'm having a living room in the front area where the fireplace is, and then a type of sitting room slash TV room in the back, a kitchen and a study with a bathroom. So here I'm just looking for a nice chair, and I got this from the store. It's custom content. This build is mostly meant to just show off a really nice design. A lot of this is downloaded from the Sims resource, so I'm not going to have this up for download as is. It's more just an inspiration. I was originally inspired to build a house, to decorate this house from a catalog that I got in the mail from Crate and Barrel. It had a lot of oranges and light blue, wood, natural wood, grays, so kind of really like that feeling. I like the combination of like the complementary colors and things like that. So here I'm just looking for this console table, and I'm really happy that I found this table. I've always wanted to find a narrow table to put behind chairs, and that's not a dining table or a desk, because I find them a bit too bulky, so this was perfect. It's from a set called Whirring Entryway from Sims Resources. If anyone wants to download it, it's for free. Yeah, I really like this chair. I find it really nice. So I'm picking a kind of mint green color. I really like the way it looks with the burnt orange that I'm using kind of throughout the design. So just a little bit of the background. I've actually studied interior design for 3 years at college. I have a college diploma in interior design, and happened to decide I didn't think interior design was for me anymore, so I'm pursuing a university degree in biology. Quite the change. I really like this. This is a wicker basket from the Sims store. I just find it adds such a nice rustic but modern look without being too harsh. I find the wood really nice. It's just a really nice thing. I'm really in love with putting plants. I just find it makes the place look so warm and inviting, and bringing the outdoors in is really nice. This, as you can see, more plants. Trying to fit that one in there, you know. Yeah, these were really cool artwork also from Sims Resource. It has like a kind of vintage feel. I really like that. It picked up on the orange and color scheme I was going for. I find adding a lot of layers of detail really creates a lived-in feeling. I really feel that someone would live in this space. It doesn't look like a showroom. It has a lot of different details. I really love floor lamps. I love the kind of cantilever floor lamp that I'm putting in right here. But it just creates like that added height that you need in a room. You don't want everything all one level. It ends up being too boring. And another thing, really happy about getting these throw pillows, as you can see, from the Sim resource. I find the Sims is lacking sometimes those little details that you want to have in a home, like cushions. You kind of take it for granted, but a couch just doesn't look normal without pillows, I find. It's too static. And changing the patterns. I really wanted to kind of add patterns on the pillows because I'm really into that kind of Aztec geometric patterns I find that are pretty popular now and kind of see them everywhere. So I was looking for stuff that looked like that, and they don't really have any, so I'm going to have to maybe try and create new styles or something, but homework permitting, heading into midterms, so not a lot of time for The Sims, unfortunately, and I really want to play as much as I can, but yeah, I'm really trying to get this YouTube thing starting up, but yeah, between the lab reports and assignments, it's a little hard. So here I'm gonna find the coolest chair. I think this is amazing, and what's really cool is I saw this a lot when I was studying design. I can't remember the designer, but it is pretty cool to see either imitations of designer furniture present in The Sims. I'm starting to feel like I'm back in design school, like playing around with different furniture and mood boards. I feel like this to me is like creating a mood board that, I don't know, just expression. Something I don't get anymore now that I'm in science. I don't get to be as creative, so I keep trying to find different outlets to let the creativity flow. I guess I kind of miss it, but not enough to go back into it. It's always there in my back pocket. Yeah, today's an awesome day to sim. I'm from Canada, in Montreal to be precise. And we just went from a beautiful spring day yesterday, about 2 degrees Celsius. Doesn't sound very warm, but after being in -20, -30 degree weather, it felt nice. Got to wear a lighter jacket, and today we had a massive snowfall within about 3 hours. Started off as a light dusting, and by the end of the day leaving the library, I could barely carry my feet through the snow. It was pretty intense. Needless to say, traffic was crazy. Everyone was driving about 10 kilometers on the highway. Not too fun. But made it home in one piece, which is great. Yeah, I really love that starburst mirror. I find it so retro, but kind of clean and classic, so I really like to use that in this room, and it just kind of adds a little bit more there, and that was huge. I was hoping to put a little statue up on the shelf, but I realized how big it was, and yeah, I really wanted to add like a bit more things onto that shelf. I'm a little bit lagging behind in my Sims expansion packs, to be honest. I was playing a lot a couple of years ago, and then I took a pretty long break, and I only have my most recent expansion pack is Island Paradise, and I just installed Seasons. My brother's girlfriend had Seasons, so I installed it onto my computer. But I really want to get into the future, and I find Whirring Heights looks really cool too. I really like the vintage look of a lot of the things that they have in there. I actually just really want these expansion packs for the building content, the furniture, even the hair and clothing, because I'm getting a bit bored of what my Sims look like. Yeah, I've been spending way too much time on the Sims resource because I'm getting bored with my content and spending hours looking at catalogs instead of studying, which is not good. Yeah, so I found this room is starting to look a little bit too white, too stark, too sterile. Not what I'm going for, so I'm looking for a really specific wallpaper, and I knew exactly what I wanted. I really wanted something big and bold, so I chose this one, and to go with the color scheme, I put it into the orange tones, and this is a really nice, kind of dark orange. To be honest, I actually was working on this before and realized I tried to record it the first time, but I'm pretty inexperienced, so I started recording it through the game and then it just shut off, so I was kind of disappointed. And then I did a bit of research and figured out that I can record with QuickTime, but I'm going to try and find a better method. This is just to get things going. Yeah, this is a really cool oven. I don't think it's actually functional. I'm going to have to test everything out, but I'm just trying to get a video out to show my style and the way I like to create spaces. This fridge, I'm pretty sure, is functional because it was located in the fridge section, so I think it'll work. But then there's the stove that comes with it, which goes with the new countertops, and I was kind of thinking maybe a blue countertop, but I was like, oh, that's bad. So I've picked out this kind of veiny orange thing, and I think it looks really cool. I like the added color. I wanted to carry the orange into the kitchen. I find kitchens tend to be a bit too bland. A lot of people like very white kitchens, and I feel like I like them too, but I also like a bit of character, and I like warmth. My kitchen at home has wood floors, so it's pretty cool. I like that we don't have tile like everybody else. Yeah, and here I'm looking for a nice rustic table. I really wanted to kind of break up that modern feeling, so I was going for more rustic, and I wanted to put a variation of chairs around the table. I like the look of a more tailored chair on the ends of the table, and then wood to kind of like bring that rustic in a little bit. And here I was just playing around trying to get the colors right. I didn't want white because white could be kind of boring, so I brought in that same color from the chair in the front room, and I was putting it on the wrong place. I had green legs at one point, which is not good, so I finally got it right, putting it on that chair. And then recoloring the table to match the wood. I do find in reality we don't match wood as much as we do in The Sims. I find there's usually a bit more variation between wood tones, but I find they just look kind of weird. Like, that was a bit too gray for my liking, so I just kind of took the easy way out and colored them all the same here. And I'm too lazy to transfer it all. My computer was lagging pretty bad, so I found it easier just to replace them around the table. Yeah, I'm looking for this light here. It's really cool, again from the Sims resource. It's looks like strips of wood that are kind of coiled into a sphere, and I'm sure that if that was in real life, the lighting would look really, really nice. Kind of light would come out through the spaces, and it would be really cool. I'm looking for decorations to put on the table, and I thought of this really cool thing you're gonna see in a second. I like those wheatgrass boxes because they're kind of small, so, and I'm like, oh, that looked cool, but then I'm like, oh, no one can probably eat on that table, so I tried to rotate it and realized that's in the way. Replaced it, and I'm like, alright, just have to settle for one. What would be kind of cool is if we can put like table runners. That'd be nice. Add a little bit of detail to the tops of the table instead of just plants or, I don't know, other accessories. So now I'm just accessorizing the back countertops. When I worked through this the first time, I put an open window behind the stove. But I'm not really a big fan of changing up the window types in a build. I really like keeping things consistent, and I couldn't find the window that I wanted, so I just put it back, and you'll see later I just end up adding a picture. And here I'm putting a square or rectangle of wood. I really find it localizes the table, brings a bit of that wood into the kitchen, and it warms it up. This spot here is just screaming for some plants, so adding some plants, layering them together to create like a cluster, and trying to figure out, like, I always want to use that plant, but I find it's a bit too small on its own, so with that other tall plant I find it looks really good. And some flowers, because they're so bright and happy. I like when they're small. When they get big, I find they just kind of look awkward, and they're so top heavy they just fall over. So nice small ones are cute. Alright, so this is the living room, and I wanted to put this long mirror there, and had a little bit of trouble. I forgot to take move objects on, off, so it kept going through the wall. Had to fix that. Yeah, I don't know, that's again just like creating more height to the room and interest. Just trying to figure out what I'm doing here. I think putting in appliances. Realized I had nothing, so trying to find the dishwasher. Yeah, I don't really like putting in the trash compactor. It's okay. I guess it's more convenient than a garbage, because the Sims are always complaining that it smells. I wouldn't blame them, but yeah, I've never really seen a trash compactor. Alright, I saw that and I'm like, oh, that'll be nice in the bathroom. It's from Seasons. It's one of the towel racks and shelving mixed together. I keep rediscovering things as I look through the list of items that I had never seen before, and I'm like, oh, this is that content. Never realized it, which is pretty cool. I guess you rediscover things. And again, sorry, ended up pressing something, lost the recording. Okay, I think here, yeah, this was another cool sink. I was getting pretty tired of the sinks that we have in The Sims right now, so that's like a nice pedestal sink. And this is cool. This table's called Spock. How can you not like that? And again, those really cool chairs. I really love the way that they look. I just think they're really awesome. So this is kind of like a shared location, so just the table, I think it's nice. Here I was trying to figure out which color shelving I wanted. Couldn't really decide, so I ended up going for the darker ones, which is a little bit different than the rest of the decor. I was kind of keeping it more on the grays and wood. I don't know, I just felt like changing it up, I guess. And now I'm picking a carpet. That was just, ugh. I was like, oh, it's kind of cool, and then I'm like, well, I would never design with something like that, so changed it, gray. We went back to gray, because we're boring. Yeah, this is a really cool carpet, too. Again, custom, like, custom content, and it has, like, a real fluffy look to it, so I think it looks nice. Bringing that mint lamp in, again, custom, I wanted to create more of, like, a one person is going to be using, like, the techie stuff, the laptop, and the other would be sketching, so just a bit of a variation. Putting in the easel. I could put in more skill building things in this build, but there's not a lot of space. Maybe there will be some stuff in the outside in the next part, but we will see. And I'm just trying to pick decorations, and I was like, oh, that's really big. Did not realize that, so put it on this wall. It's a really nice black and white, and then I'm like, oh, that doesn't look good. And then my dad started talking to me. He was watching me build and trying to give his input, which is hilarious. He always has to give his input. That didn't fit. And he's like, oh, you need to put something in that. I was like, oh, that's weird. And I'm like, oh, that's barnwood, but that would be cool in something else. It doesn't fit there, though. I finally settled on the collage of pictures. I like the black frames, and the black frames, I find that just look really nice, leveling it off. And yeah, so this is just a quick overview of the house. I realized that was put wrong. We are going to round up this video, and I will be posting part 2 where I work on the second floor and hopefully the outdoors. If not, that will be in another part. Anyways, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a good night.